flowers, and what a morning it is. Sunshine, bit of frost on the ground, just one of those crisp winter days, absolutely beautiful. And I'm even more excited because I've got a new tent to show you. And this was kindly given to me by FJALLRAVEN, and it is the KEB Dome 2. A beast of a tent, and I really do look forward to testing this out on a mountain. As you know already, I really do test my tents out, so this is just going to be a first sort of look. I've not even had it out of the bag yet, so it could actually be full of a litter of kittens possibly, which would keep Blue entertained for a while, but not what I'm after. Anyway, let's get this tent up and we'll see what it's all about. Firstly, then, let's have a look at pack size. So in this hand here, I have got my go-to 4-season tent for one-man use, and that is the Abisko Lite 1. This has done me proud. Honestly, I've had so many amazing nights out in this, and it has held up really well in the harshest of conditions. Check out the videos if you haven't seen them already, but Storm ARWEN was definitely one where it got punished even more than my mate Ben at school. In this hand here, we have got the new tent, and as you can see, there is quite a difference. Bearing in mind, this is a one-man and this is a two-man, but this is actually designed to be a proper mountain tent where it will take even harsher conditions than this, apparently, purely because it has got thicker fabric and thicker poles, so hopefully it will be able to stand up to pretty much anything I can throw at it. Balls. What has happened now? This one weighs about 1.5 kilos and this one around 4 kilos. So as you can see, there is quite a chunk of a difference there. But this is a one-man and this is a two-man. So a better comparison would be the Abisko Lite 2. So this tent has also done me proud on a mountain. It has been amazing in some very, very harsh conditions as well. To the point of failure, I would say, just because I had a river running through my tent at one point. But that was maybe just to do with the fact that the mountain melted and it had nowhere to run but through my tent. Great video, you need to watch it. Anyway, as you can see, quite a difference there again. The good thing about this one is I can carry this for me and the dog. It's definitely a two-man tent, you can fit everything in, but it's a lightweight two-man tent. This one is the heavyweight two-man tent. Carrying on your own, possible, but I think it's definitely one to share the load and have someone to come with you, that's all. So anyway, we definitely need to get this pitched and have a look at it. So what is in the bag? Well, first, as you can see, we have got the tent poles on the outside here. These are clipped on in their own little bag, which just means you can separate them and put them somewhere else in your backpack. If I just open this up, I'll show you that we have a load of silver poles, and they're all the same colour because they fit wherever in the tent. It doesn't really matter because they're all identical. They are DAC poles and the size is that 10.6 millimeters, I want to say. Slightly bigger than the standard ones just because it is designed to be a stronger tent, and being a dome tent, it's actually pretty strong sort of shape anyway. So from there we have a little inner section which just allows you to expand your bag if you need, and that's got some instructions on it. You don't read instructions though, do you? If you are a lad, it's against the life rules. And then inside we have very beautiful tent. Look at that. I love this colour blue as well, UN blue. It does come in green and I think as well. I'm not sure whether they do it in the sand colour, but I mean it is just absolutely beautiful. In the actual bag as well, there's a little secret compartment, and that just has in, I'll just get this out, we've got like some patch material, a couple of extra guy lines, and there is a tent repair kit there. And I think also within the pole set we should have, if I can locate it, there should be a spare pole section. So that just allows you to make a repair on a mountain, especially if you're on an expedition for a few days. You might need that. New tent, Blue. Exciting, eh? We have a little bag here which has got the tent pegs in. So if I just grab one of these out and show you, it is a DAC peg. So the whole FJALLRAVEN range has DAC pegs, but these are slightly bigger than the standard ones. They've just got a little bit of a wider section here, so it'll grip the ground better, and they are slightly longer. So hopefully it'll stay in the ground better. Although I've had no problems with my other ones, unless I've sort of pitched in a bit of an awkward place. Let's do it. Because it is such a lovely day today and very calm, I don't need to peg it down. So my first job is I'm going to put the poles in, and because it's a freestanding tent, I can then pick it up and move it around to find the best pitch possible. So let's start with these massive 10mm poles. And there she is, a thing of beauty. And there he is, another thing of beauty. Hey, Bluey. So as you can see, there's two colours here. The blue is a 40 denier triple rip fabric, which is super strong, even stronger than the tents that I've already got from FJALLRAVEN. And the black section, where you've got more chance of having a bit of abrasion from the ground, is in a 70 denier fabric, and both of them are a 3000mm hydrostatic head. So plenty good enough for keeping you nice and dry out there. It's pinned out on all 6 corners, and obviously 6 guy lines on each of the poles as well. And there's a few extra ones just on the 2 sections where you've got a vent either side. So it is sat like a spider, a 6-legged spider, nice and solid, very stable, and hopefully it will be able to take a wind from any direction. We've got a door at this side, and there's also a door at the other side, so again you've got a bit of choice of where you can get in and out depending on the weather, and obviously where you're cooking and things like that. So anyway, let's get inside and have a look. And I've not been in yet, so I'm actually really excited about this. So as you can see, we have met straight away with this mesh inner, and this just allows you to have the fly sheet tied back and plenty of airflow running through, but still keeping the bugs out. So as a 4-season tent goes, it truly is a 4-season, because normally something like this would be used just in the winter conditions, but there is plenty of vents and airflow that you can use in this tent, which allows you to use it all through the year. Wow, awesome. Look at this. What a space. Hey, Bluey dog. Hey, it's going to be good for us, isn't it? This is going to be awesome. So we'll just pin back this inner door. Actually, firstly, have a look at this. So on this side, you can see we've got a bug net, and on the inner is the actual inner material. But you can split these from the inside, so that just allows you to have full mesh panel in this, which is pretty much the whole side of the tent, and obviously the other side, which for summer you can get plenty of ventilation, allowing you to stay nice and cool throughout the evening. Anyway, let's try and get this back nice and neat, which is difficult when you are trying to do things for the camera. Let's have a look. That's not too bad. Could have been a lot worse, that. As you can see, the inner is attached to the outer by these nice little elasticated hook and loop systems, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which makes 20 points of contact with the outside shell, which is great because then it just stops you getting those sort of saggy sections, which a lot of tents have, and they are really annoying, especially when you get sort of high winds and flapping about all over. So yeah, happy with that. As you can see in this top section, there are 2 triangles which you can open up for more ventilation. The first section of that is just a mesh layer again, so you can keep the bugs out. And then we've got the outer fabric there. So you can tie the outer fabric back and then zip this one back in place, just so you've got that chimney sort of effect. So it's just drawing air up and out of the tent just to keep you cooler. Pretty awesome, that. And obviously with it you can do everything from inside the tent, which makes a hell of a difference, because some of the tents you have to do the vents from the outside, and in wet, horrible conditions, that is not what you want to be doing. But I do love a new tent. Very excited about this one. This tent stands at 1 metre high, and I do notice straight away that the head height is pretty good in here. I'm 1m84, which in old money is 6 foot, and I can sit pretty comfortably there. My head is just about touching at full stretch. I don't have a mat down yet, and obviously that's something to consider, but I've got a back like a banana anyway, so I'm fine just sort of hunched over a little bit. But yeah, overall the space in here is fantastic. We have got enough space for 2 mats easily, and the fact that you've got a vestibule each side just means you can have your own kit at your side and your friend or your partner can have their kit at their side, or you can shove everything one way and then use the other side for cooking. So it just gives you that bit of sort of diversity with it, which just helps depending on the weather, because weather changes. So you can always open the door to the leeward side, which just gives you a bit of protection. So yeah, awesome. We've got two vents either side. This one first has a skin there, which then goes into a bug net, so you can just get a bit more airflow. Obviously you can have it totally open if you wanted, which just allows you to get to the outer one, which has a bug net on the inside, followed by the outer skin there. But from that you can see straight away to the outside, so plenty of airflow there. This section can be tied away. You can obviously then put the bug net up and the bug net up there just to keep those nesters out. The tent is pretty much symmetrical. It doesn't quite mirror itself just because the doors are set opposite each other in the sort of hexagon shape. So it just means if two people are in here, you're not going to be calling shotgun on a position that's better, because they are pretty much identical. So we have in each corner two pockets, so they are quite generous sized pockets as well, so you can put all your essentials in, like your phone and your head torch, anything else you might need at the night. And if you just look here, we have got a hanging basket to put some flowers in. But this is actually pretty good just to sort of shove a few little extra items in, just, I don't know, your woolly hat and a couple of bits like that. But being a dome and the fact that it's connected so well to the outer, it's actually will take quite a bit of weight, will that. You can also just clip it off quite easily just to get it out of the way, because obviously it will compromise your sort of headspace as well. See if we can get that back on one-handed. There you go, one-hand attachments. Super easy zips, no snagging at all. God, as soon as you open both sides up, it just feels absolutely massive in here. What a difference. And if you look at the actual vestibule area, that is quite a chunk. So you could easily put your bag in this side, boots to that side, and still have place to cook. So that is only on one side. So obviously, again, being symmetrical, you've got exactly the same on the other side. Like on my Abisko Lite one, we've got exactly the same setup here, which can actually make this vestibule bigger as well. So currently we've got probably about 80 centimetres. Let me go get a tape measure. Yeah, we've probably got about 750, I'd say, clear space to the largest point there. So not a bad guesstimate on that one. But as you can see, from that, we can then pull this way. It just opens that right up, which is absolutely massive. So from 750, we're going to about 1100. Which is just a massive space. So if you wanted to put a dance floor in there, you could definitely do that. Or if you wanted a massive roaring fire, I'm joking about that, but you could maybe just put like a bigger stove set in there and not to worry too much about actually damaging any of your fabric. Yeah, be careful. The sleeping area for this is pretty spacious for two. I've just put in my Thermarest super comfy mat here, which is a large, so I think it's 600mm wide. So yeah, that's measuring about 640 there, which is 25 inches in old money. And the length of it, hold on, is just over 1900, which is 76 inches. And this, it's tight up against this side here, but at that side, we've still got another sort of 11 inches, so there's still space at that just to sort of put a few items. And if you can see, this end panel here is quite upright, so a lot of tents, they sort of angle towards you, so your feet end up touching in your sleeping bag. And especially if you're getting any condensing water inside, it can dampen your sleeping bag. But the fact that you've got that little bit of a uplift straight away, just hopefully will sort of stop that happening as often. It's pretty big though, it is. So it will take two full-size large mats in here, which is good. Let's have a look at the size of this. We have got 1300mm that way, which is about 4'3" or 4", and obviously the full length this way roughly speaking, we have got 2.2 meters, and that is 7'3". So perfect for 2 people this, and obviously the fact that you've got the headroom just means that both of you can sort of sit up nicely, one at one end, one at the other, have a nice chat, beer in your boot, all that, just absolutely spot on. So I need to find a mate to go for a camp with and test it out properly. Loving it, absolutely loving it, I've got to say. What else can I show you? Always exciting. Another cool feature that Fjällräven tents have is the ability to be able to tie the outer section back a bit, so it still allows water to run off, but it gives you plenty of airflow. I don't think I explained that very well, so let me show you anyway. I'll just whip that open. Oh, and also while I'm on, it's a 2-way zip on the outer. So as you can see, you can just look out in the morning just to check what the weather's doing and zip it back up again. And just open this right up. These zips are just silky. So you can roll all this back and get it out of the way, which is the normal thing you would do on a tent. But this one is kind of clever because on the end we've got this little hook here and we've got a loop. Just open it slightly more. A loop in the top here. Click that in. Zip that down. If I get that out of the way, we can see we've got a large opening now. Water's going to run off and not come into the actual tent itself, but you get a hell of a lot of airflow through here. So if it's a hot muggy day but raining, at least you can still stay out of the wet weather and get that airflow through. We've also got these self-locking zips as well, so that won't actually creep its way back up if there's a bit of wind vibration. You have to actually physically grab this to pull it back. Well, there we go. That is the first look at the FJALLRAVEN KEB Dome 2 tent. And what can I say? Absolutely awesome. I am so looking forward to getting this out on a mountain and just showing it in its full glory in the conditions that it is designed for, which is pretty nasty. So yeah, you know me, I will definitely be out there making sure that it gets tested to its full potential. A little bit heavy to carry for one person, but I'm sure that I will be still using it on my own with the dog, and it just opens it up just to be a little bit more secure for when I go camping with someone else. And the weather's going to be pretty crap. It's going to be able to keep us safe, so definitely worth it. Anyway, check out my other videos. I'll leave them at the end for you to see on the Abisko Lite 1, because that is an awesome tent. And I'll also put one of the storm videos regarding that tent as well, because honestly, it is absolutely mental what these things can actually take when you put them out there. So yeah, very happy with them. Great company, quality materials, and definitely worth checking out. So as always, if you like the video, give it a big fat thumbs up. And if you want to see me test this tent to the absolute max, then click that bell notification, because I guarantee that I will be doing that, and at least you'll know when my next videos are out. Also, if you want to contribute to the channel, you can do so by buying me coffee in the Buy Me Coffee link, and you can contribute by joining the Patreon. So there's some really nice people in there, and it's just great just to have a little bit of chat. And obviously you can join me for the lives that I'm doing, and that is really nice just to get to know some of you guys, because obviously, you know, we're all here for the same thing, just to enjoy life, and that's what it's all about. So anyway, from me and the beautiful Blue, I'm going to wait for him. Here he is. Good lad, eh? We will see you on the next one. Say goodbye. Take care.